guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel K. You might know me from my Instagram at MRSRACHELKRAUS, and today I am sharing with you exactly what I eat in a day. You guys are going to love this, I know, because it is a super requested video on my channel. I'm a breastfeeding mama of one. I'm a part of a super active family, and I try to keep at least 2 meals out of my day plant-based. We will be eating meat for dinner tonight. We typically eat meat every other night of the week. So if you're interested in seeing what I eat in a day, go ahead and keep on watching. So I'm making my berry freeze right now. It will be 11 o'clock before I start eating. I typically eat from 10 to 6 with the intermittent fasting, but today just got away from me. I was filming a bunch of stuff, so I'm eating from 11 to 6 today. 6 is pretty much always my cutoff time. I don't do like intermittent fasting for Logie Bear or even Derek. They can eat whenever they want. I can technically eat whenever I want too, but I just feel like it's helped me kind of keep the weight off. For my breakfast today, I will be eating the infamous berry freeze. I share with you guys this all the time. I have the full recipe on my highlights on my Instagram at MRSRACHELKRAUS under berry freeze. And originally this started out with just blueberries, so you can definitely customize it to how you want. I love the sweet cherries in it though. I'm gonna show you how I make the rest of it. Once you have your frozen berries in there, I take my almond milk. I get this one from Costco. It's shelf stable, but then you just put it in the fridge once you open it. I really like the taste of it. If you've seen my last few Costco hauls, then you've seen me grab this. And like, let's just be real, you guys. This is mom life. I typically have a baby on my hip while I'm making foods. I like a lot of milk in mine. After I have the milk in there, I like to break it up. And personally, my favorite with the berry freeze is when I let it sit, I'd say about 5 minutes, and then the berries get a little bit softer. I like that rather than just like frozen berries. After I've mixed all my berries up, I like to add granola. So this is just some homemade chocolate peanut butter granola. Keeps really well in like a sealed Tupperware like this one that seals the lid. And I just keep it on my counter until we finish it, but typically about 5 to 7 days. If you want the recipe for this chocolate peanut butter granola, I have it on my Instagram stories at MRSRACHELKRAUS under Chalk PB Granola. If you have been watching me for a while, especially on my Instagram, then you guys know I love chocolate chips. So I'm just gonna add a crap ton of these mini chips from Enjoy Life, which are an allergy-friendly brand. Then I'm gonna add in some organic flaked coconut. It's unsweetened. This is from Trader Joe's. I just put that right on top of the granola. Because this breakfast is on the sweeter side, I also like to add in just a tiny bit of salt, which are these pumpkin seeds that have a touch of sea salt. And I get these from Costco in a big old bag like this. This is what they look like. And then I also love to add in fruit. So Logie Bear had some peaches and bananas for breakfast, but he didn't finish all of either of them. So I'm just having the other half of them. I'm just gonna put that there right on the side. Look how pretty it's looking. Typically, I will also add a little bit of a nut butter. I don't feel like I need it today, but if I were to add a nut butter, I would add this Nutso one. I got this big jar from Costco, great price. You can use regular peanut butter, or I also love sunflower butter, this one from Trader Joe's. I like to also then pour just a little bit of milk over the granola just to soften it just a little so it's not super crunchy. I'm just gonna kind of wait like maybe 2 to 3 minutes at this point, and then we'll get to chowing down. Perfect. Yep. Can you hear Logie? He's like, Mama, give me some. This is a massive bowl, if you can tell. I feel like when I eat whole foods, I need to eat more of them. So, oh, you're about to get knocked over by Logie. I am going to share this bowl of berry freeze with Logie Bear. This will be our breakfast. I am going to go ahead and make my lunch. I am having a taco salad. So first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prep a whole tray of veggies. I did Brussels sprouts and broccoli. I seasoned them with salt, garlic powder, oregano, and chili powder, and then I drizzled on some avocado oil, tossed it all together, and spread it out on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Throw it in the oven at 425 for 20 minutes to let it roast up in there. While those are roasting up, I went ahead and diced and sliced some veggies. I diced some onion for later tonight so that I would have some already ready for our dinner since I was cutting some onion for my lunch. And then I sliced some onion for my lunch. And then I went ahead and put the sliced onion, some sliced red bell pepper, and some snap peas with the ends trimmed off into a skillet with some avocado oil over medium-high heat. And you just kind of stir it until the veggies are softened to your liking. This is all happening at the same time as the veggies are in the oven so that we are multitasking. And then because I already have my cutting board out and everything and I don't want to get it dirty for later tonight, I went ahead and chopped up a bell pepper and added it to my chopped onion, throw it into a Ziploc baggie, and I threw it in the fridge for later tonight. On the baking tray, I made sure to make extra for tonight as well so that meal prep would be super duper easy. And while this is all happening, I made some crock pot chicken, which I will put in right here. These are completely frozen organic chicken breasts. I'm just gonna kind of wrangle them out of here and then I'll show you what else I throw into the crock pot. Then I'm gonna use this salsa, the Kirkland organic salsa medium. It's just the shelf stable one. And I'm gonna pour this in all over the chicken and set it to high and cook it for probably 4 hours on high. I'm just gonna add a little bit of water to the bottom of it so that it just doesn't burn. But the chicken, like while it's cooking, will kind of create some water, so I don't want to do too much. I just did like a half a cup. And then as this is cooking on high, you can already see the steam starting to come off of it. After it's like kind of defrosted a little bit, I will come back and kind of pull the chicken breasts apart to make sure that they're cooking evenly and add some spices. Okay, now I'm going to assemble the actual salad. All of this only took me about 10 minutes to put together. I like to use a big old bowl for my salads. We're gonna start with some freshly washed and dried romaine lettuce, chopped up as well. Then I'm gonna sprinkle on some rice, just a little bit, and then whatever is left in this packet I'll use for our dinner tonight. Actually, I'm gonna do a little more than that. We don't wanna be hungry. Then I'm gonna take our pan-fried veggies, mainly onions and bell peppers and all that. I'm gonna throw those on there. I'm gonna take some beans so that we have some protein in here. And all I did was drain and rinse a can of beans in this strainer. And then whatever I don't use, I will add to this rice and use it for dinner tonight. I'm then gonna grab our veggies that we pan roasted. All of those veggies that we pan roasted definitely cannot be eaten right now, especially with all this food here. But the rest of them, I made more so that I could have some for tonight, and tonight's meal prep would be very easy. Now I'm gonna grab some avocado. And then, of course, dressing. So I'm using this avocado salsa, which you guys have seen a million times in my Costco hauls because I love it. And I just like to drizzle that all on top. And I will definitely use more than this. I just want you guys to be able to see all the stuff underneath here. And then I will use, this is my version of sour cream. Cashew milk yogurt, just plain. And it tastes pretty much just like sour cream, but it's dairy-free. And there you have it. I have to be totally honest with you guys. Wanted to eat this probably 45 minutes to like an hour ago, and Logie Bear just needed me. So I just put him down for a nap, so I'm gonna eat. It's almost 2 p.m. It's so good. When I went dairy-free, I was really missing sour cream and cream cheese. A few cream cheeses out there, but sour cream was really hard to come by. And this one tastes exactly like it, at least in my opinion, and it's so good. Okay, it is time to cook dinner. So we are making Mexican lasagna tonight. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check my chicken in the crock pot to see if it's done. Once I've determined that it's done, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out and put it into a bowl. We're gonna use a hand mixer to shred it. And that is by far the easiest way I've ever learned how to shred a chicken breast. So we're gonna shred it all up. I'm going to go ahead and add in some salsa. I'm using the avocado salsa from Costco. Then I'm gonna go ahead and turn my stove on, or I should say my oven, on to 400 degrees because that's what we'll be cooking it at. And then I'm gonna start heating up the tortillas in the pan. The way that I heat the tortillas up is just a dry pan over about medium-high heat, and I do it until they're bubbly and just a little bit brown on the bubbles. Then I'm gonna go ahead and spray my pan with this avocado spray oil, and then I'm gonna go ahead and throw in my vegetables that I made earlier. You guys saw me chopping these earlier. Throw those into a pan that has some avocado oil in it, and we're gonna let those cook until they're softened. I also threw in some mushrooms because Derek loves mushrooms. Then I'm gonna go ahead and mix in the vegetables that I made earlier, the roasted vegetables. I put them all together with some leftover black beans and some leftover brown rice that I had earlier, and I'm gonna mix that all together with the meat. Then I'm gonna mix in my sauteed veggies, and I'm also gonna split half of my veggies into the Tupperware that I have with the extra chicken, because we did not need all this chicken tonight, and we will use it probably tomorrow night for tacos or something along that line. You could also make it into a separate Mexican lasagna and freeze it. My mixture is ready to go. Now I am ready to assemble the Mexican lasagna. So I'm gonna tell you exactly how I do that. It is super easy and simple. You saw everything that I just mixed together. You could technically do this in separate layers, but I don't have time for that. It's all getting mixed together in my belly anyway, so I don't care. So I just mixed it all together in the bowl. And here's what I do. I'm gonna take some of my mixture and spread it across the bottom, probably about half of it. This is a lot more mixture than I usually have, which is why I have a hungry boy over there who's ready for dinner, which is why I split it off into 2 Tupperwares. I have a bowl of refried beans that I'm just going to put little dollops on top and kind of spread them out a little bit. I just like the creaminess that this gives, along with like extra protein and just more filling. You may have to kind of use your fingers a little bit, but if you're just making food for your family and you've washed your hands, I think you're okay. Now I'm going to put just a little bit of cheese. I use the dairy-free cheese. I'll put some on mine and Logie Bear's side. I'll put some regular shredded cheese on Derek's side. And to separate it out, I use olives, just so, I mean, you can tell the difference on top when you cook it, but sometimes it kind of gets lost in the middle and you forget where you're at. Then you place on your tortillas. Then I typically rip one in half. This is a smaller, I think 8x11 pan. Not really sure, but it's not a 9x13. So that it covers the whole thing. We are going to go ahead with our mixture again, just repeating the steps that I just did. And the great part about this is that you can use anything in your fridge, which is what you saw me do. That's why there's so many different vegetables in here that you may not think about with Mexican lasagna, but it's still really good. And this chicken was amazing. Came out perfect around the 3.5 hour mark for me, but you kind of just have to know your crock pot and if it runs hot or not. We're gonna do our refried beans again. And this is where the olives come in handy. I just kind of dig and I see one right there, and I dig and I see one right there. You don't have to do the olives if you're just using all one cheese. Some cheese. And then we're gonna put on our last tortillas here, rip one in half. And then I always put a little bit of cheese on top of the tortillas as well. And then I'm gonna cover it with tinfoil. We're just gonna loosely tint it. We're gonna throw it in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes and it'll be done. And this is what the end product looks like. So I give myself about half of my half. So fourth. Logie Bear has his cut up over there. He's already chowing down. Derek has his, and he puts a side of red salsa on his. I just drizzle on some avocado salsa, some of that vegan sour cream, or typically yogurt cashew milk. We have a side of chips, a squirt of lime on there, and then we also have some avocado on top, and that's how I like to eat it. So good. I hope you guys make this one. And if you do, tag me on Instagram at Mrs. Rachel Kraus so that I can see your masterpieces. Alrighty, you guys, that is it for what I eat in a day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and smash that like button below. Tell them. Say, tell them, subscribe to our channel so you become a part of our family. If you subscribe, go ahead and smash that bell button as well so that you always get a notification every time that I post. I post every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Tell them. Say bye. Can you hit it?